Welcome everyone. My name is David Kelly. I'm the Program Director for the eLearning Guild, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to another Twist Conversation. Today I'm pleased to welcome Phil Cowcill and Krista Hildner from Canadore College. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Pleased to have you guys here. I know you're going to be doing a workshop at our upcoming mLearnCon conference and expo exploring how the jQueryMobile framework can be used to develop mobile content. But before we jump into that topic, take a moment and introduce yourselves to our viewers.
All right, well, my name is Krista Hildner, and my background is primarily in communications and advertising. I've been lucky enough to be employed by Canadore College teaching mobile application development, so a little bit of the programming side of things. I also teach a variety of classes in business and advertising as well.
And I'm Phil Cowcill, and I've been at the college for a very long time. I actually started my multimedia development career back in 1984, and I worked on a laser video disc project. It was Canada's first interactive video disc project, and I've been involved in every step of mobile and media development and interactive development, and e-learning has been a very big part of everything that I've done. And in '95, we launched the interactive multimedia program as a postgraduate program. We did that for a number of years, and in 2011, we actually launched the very first dedicated mobile application development program here at the college. It's a postgraduate program, and that's where I met Krista. She was a former student, and now she's a colleague of mine. And our whole focus the entire time has always been on learning and development. It's always been a push from other schools on e-commerce. I always thought learning and e-learning, web-based learning, and now mobile learning has always been a really big part. So we want to, in our workshops, we tend to focus, and in our classes, we focus a lot on learning and development.
So now, that's a great segue, Phil. You've mentioned how you've been in this field for a while. You've seen the evolution of the technology. So you know as well as I do that the majority of the people who work in our field, who work in e-learning, are coming from a place where the instructional designers are using rapid development tools. And those tools work very well in a desktop environment, but we're now talking about moving our instructional design models into a mobile environment. And you guys are going to be talking about using the jQueryMobile framework to do that. What's different about working in that environment as compared to if I'm an instructional designer who's used to using a rapid development tool?
When you work with a rapid development tool, the development process is often very easy, very simple, but it's also boxed in. You don't have a lot of flexibility, or as much flexibility maybe as you want. You know that the client's going to come to you and say, oh, can we do this? And that's going to be a little hard to do. And the other end of the spectrum, if you deal with just native code, you have all the flexibility and all the power in the world, but it's very complex. You need a high level of a technical background to be able to develop effectively with that. And so what we're trying to do is find that middle ground where using like the jQueryMobile framework, you have the flexibility to do just about anything you want, but you also have a rapid development tool that you can develop without a lot of a technical background. And we think that with the workshop, we're going to hit that middle ground very effectively and help bring people up to speed in a very short period of time.
So now I know for a lot of instructional designers, the second they hear the word coding, they get nervous, and it's something that is completely outside of their skill set. So because the learning curve for a lot of coding languages can be very steep. What is it about the jQueryMobile framework that makes it more accessible for people?
Okay.
You can answer this.
Yeah, we're wondering which one of us wants to answer this. The nice thing with the jQueryMobile framework is that we're actually going to work with it using Dreamweaver. So we work with it in Dreamweaver. So you don't have to code by hand. What we're going to do is we're going to use the design interface. So if you can use a word processor, you can use Dreamweaver. What we will be doing, though, is we will be switching back and forth between the code and the design view. So a lot of the layout and all the content is going to be done in the design view. But then we're going to switch into the code view just to tweak things, or say I want a copy of that particular section and I want to make a copy of it, and I'll just change the content that goes inside it. So you're going to find that when you use the tool effectively, Dreamweaver being our main tool, you're going to be able to create, even if you're a designer without any coding background, you can be able to create some really nice content because jQueryMobile is going to build the framework for you. So you don't have to do that coding. We're just going to copy parts of the code and paste it in. So if you can copy and paste and use Dreamweaver as a word processor, you shouldn't have any problem.
Yeah, basic HTML5, CSS, a little bit of JavaScript, and just the basics of it. So just learning how it works, and then just copying and pasting those simple things into place.
Excellent. So now, if I'm an e-learning designer and I'm looking to move my way into mobile, start developing some mobile programs, moving into something like this sounds like it's going to open up some doors for me that aren't available. So through my current tools. So what are the types of things that work operating in a jQuery mobile framework environment that I can do that I probably wouldn't be able to do just using my Rapid tool?
Probably having just swift animations sort of between different pages. So when you click on a button, it kind of has that nice mobile look to the different pages. And this is built right into the framework. So you just state that you want a page and a certain transition between pages, and again, it's very easily done. All of the code is already written for you. You just tie into that framework, and you're able to access that very easily.
And there's also things like I'm sure on a mobile application, if you take a look at a mobile app you have on your iPhone or Android or BlackBerry device, you see, like as an example, a little menu bar, a button up at the top. You press that button, and then this menu flies in. Well, that can be done for you automatically. You can actually have that built for you. It's already been pre-programmed. You just have to put the contents inside it. So if you want to make a mobile learning application that looks like a native application, the jQuery mobile framework does that for you perfectly. And so we can create that menu bar to fly out, get you access to different sections of your learning, and then, of course, the menu bar flies back in. So we start to simulate native applications with web code, but you don't actually do a lot of coding. It actually does the work for you.
And it's optimized, so that menu isn't always kind of sitting there taking up room. You get to have the full view of your smaller mobile device.
Yeah.
Excellent. And one of the things that sounds very interesting to me is, and I think Phil used the expression before, that when you're using a rapid development tool, as great as they are for what they do, you are still operating within a box. I think that was the phrase you used before, and I think that's a good environment where even if you're using it to the full capacity of what it can do, eventually you're going to hit a wall of what it's capable of doing. And once you start developing coding skills and operating in an environment like this, those walls get removed. And the limits are going away. The only limits is how well you can start understanding how to do these codes, how complex you can make them, to open up new doors for yourself.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, David. And I've seen this even in my own life. I've seen this where I remember many years ago, I went to a conference, and I was listening to this speaker, and it was just fabulous what the guy was saying. And he said, "Yo, do you want to meet for lunch?" So we met for lunch, and that 1 hour I spent with him at lunch, I learned so much. And I went back to my office, and I just started building and developing and did some really amazing things because I spent that 1 hour with this guy. I'm going to suggest to you that if you spend some time in this workshop that we're going to share with you, it is going to, as you say, remove the walls. It will blow the roof off. You'll start to see a lot of potential and a lot of great things that you can do, and you don't need all those technical skills to be able to do this. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to get a lot of people going, and we see this in our class all the time, where students go, "Wow, I didn't know we could do that." And I just keep telling them, keep it quiet. We don't want people to know how easy it is, because then we lose our jobs. But it's just a really neat way when we see people when their eyes pop open and say, "I didn't know we could do that." And so people with non-technical skills are going to, like you said, have those walls removed away. We're going to blow the roof off.
So let's talk a little bit about the workshop itself. If I'm coming to MLearnCon this June and I'm going to be an attendee of your workshop, it's a full-day workshop. So you're talking you spent an hour with someone and how eye-opening it was. People are going to be spending a full day with you guys. So give me an idea of what that experience is going to look like for me if I'm attending your workshop.
All right. What we're going to do is at the very beginning is we're going to, first of all, open up the tool. Dreamweaver is our primary tool. We're going to look at how we navigate around, how we use Dreamweaver as our tool. Then we want to start to go into a little bit of what goes on under the hood, and so you can get an idea in a sense of what's happening in the background when we start to use the jQuery framework. So we'll learn a little bit about the HTML5, specifically with div tags. We're going to learn a little bit about CSS3, so we'll work with cascading style sheets, and then also a little bit with JavaScript, which actually is where the magic starts to happen. You start to see some really neat things. And you can create some neat animations, actually, without actually doing a lot of coding. You get the style sheet to do the animation for you. And so we're going to be showing people how to do a little bit of that. Once we have that and people are comfortable with that, they understand what's going on. And again, very slow. We're not going to race through this, but we're going to use terms and methodologies that general designers and communicators can understand. Then we're going to start to introduce the jQuery framework. And right out of the box, we'll just fill up a very basic template, and basically within 2 minutes, you'll have an entire jQuery website built, and then we can go in and start to modify it. After we finish that and people are comfortable with that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to build a short little course that has some intro video. So we're doing an HTML5 video, we'll show an intro video, and then we're going to actually go through the process of building an entire course with some questions and some interactions built into it. I apologize, my phone's going to
That's okay. The beauty of live.
Yeah, so non-technical people can definitely attend this workshop and get a lot out of it. So you will learn a few of the technical skills that you need, just the basic background stuff, and then everything else will come fairly easily.
Excellent. Well, it definitely sounds like a very powerful workshop for people, and it sounds like something that is going to be, you used the word transformative, and that's really a great word for it. I think that it's going to be something that is going to open up a lot of eyes for people. So it's going to be very beneficial for anyone who attends.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've run a number of workshops and even concurrent sessions, and the reviews usually from the content that we have have usually been very, very good. And so I've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm getting near the end of my career. Chris is getting the start of her career. So it's, like I said, we want to bring all the experience that we have and just give people a really worthwhile experience and say, you know, that one, even I've had people say that one session was worth it alone, just for that, you know. And I love hearing that. And our goal is to try and have people say, you know what, that session was worth it, coming through this whole conference, because we got so much out of it. And to us, it doesn't end at the end of the conference. Any of the participants that are in the workshop, we want to maintain a dialogue with them. So if they have any problems or any questions afterwards, they can still follow up with us, and we'll be there to help them progress with their skill set.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a wonderful experience for everyone. If you want to learn more about the workshop that Phil and Krista are going to be doing, please do visit our website, mlearncon.com. And you can get all the details about their workshop and all the different learning activities that are going on in the conference in San Diego this June. Phil and Krista, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to have a conversation with me today.
Thank you very much for the invite.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We will see you next time on Twist Conversations, everyone. And if you'd like to follow along with what's going on in the learning industry, feel free to click the click here to subscribe button to keep in contact with everything that's going on and get updates from the eLearning Guild on our YouTube channel. And if you like this video, please feel free to click the like button or the share button at the bottom to share it with others. And feel free to give us comments at the bottom if you have any thoughts about this video. Thanks again.